Hello.
I suddenly just got, really nervous.
Yeah. Hi, guys. Welcome back.
Hey, welcome to Topix. Know what? Welcome.
Yeah, welcome to Topix. This is
a hot topic.
Yes, this is our bi-weekly podcast where we talk about a different topic, break it down for you, explore it a little bit, and hopefully give you some nice perspective, give you something to listen to for the next half hour.
Yeah. Make you think about how you feel about it compared to maybe how, we feel about it. Like, maybe we raise a point that you never thought of.
Yeah, if you disagree or think, oh, yeah, you know what? I agree with that.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Like, this is just perspective. Like, I'm sure a lot of people feel differently, and that's fine. This is all perspective.
And you know what? If you guys don't know, my name's Thomas. And this is
Taylor. I'm Taylor.
Yeah, and we're the hosts of this show. So this is our show. Our opinions are our own.
Make yourself at home. Feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Make some milk tea.
Grab a snack. Put on your jammies.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be talking about relationships.
Relationships, man.
Yes, and the bond that two people share.
Oh, God.
And I'll be honest, I have not had the best of luck with relationships in the past.
I feel like I should say the same. Oh, my God. I'm, stressed now.
Stay.
No, I feel like I should say the
Same.
Same, yeah. I should say the same. But, no, I feel like I've learned a lot. I can take away a lot from my past relationships.
Oh, okay, then.
I've been in, 2 serious relationships.
Yeah.
The rest were kind of you kind of go on dates that were awkward and you don't want to go.
And we can get to that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, just to put it out there, I have only had 2 relationships that I can pull experiences from.
Yeah.
Over the past 4 years, actually, believe it or not, this girl hasn't been really single in a long time.
Yeah. So that should allude to.
Yeah.
Taylor being newly single.
Yes. Know what, Thomas? Would you like to know a little something?
What?
Today marks 2 months.
Already? I remember you saying today's 1 month. Choking back to.
Today was 1 month.
Yeah, 2 months.
Kill me. No.
Yeah.
It's 2 months and she's feeling good.
Yeah, do you feel better than you were at 1 month?
She's a new woman. No, actually, I've been thinking, every month that goes by, I'm I think back to where I was.
Yeah.
And I'm in a lot better of a place, I'm still a mess.
I think that you are more independent.
Yes, thank you.
Afterwards, you kind of leaned on your mom pretty heavily.
Yeah.
And I don't see you doing that as much anymore.
No.
You're comfortable enough that you can just do.
So I don't know when this episode is going to air, but today is February 21st. Yes.
21st, yeah.
February 21st. And so I became single on December 21st, 2017. And
by choice?
No, but
No, but it's okay.
No. Was it my choice?
No.
No, but it happened.
Yeah.
And like I said in the last podcast, if you were listening, everything happens for a reason. And at that point in time, I was trying to find reasons, man. And, I just came to the conclusion that, I don't need to be searching for reasons because there's probably a handful of them that I'm not going to get to know.
Yeah. And if they give you a million reasons,
I'll lie down and pray.
Yeah. Oh, just show me the way, man. Yeah, but you know what? You're out of it now.
No, honestly, I know I'd be lying if I said, sometimes I wake up and... I'd be lying if I said I wake up sad. I'm always happy. No. See, this is really getting me. Oh my God. Okay, no. I do have rough times, and that's going to happen. My counselor was know what? This is good that you're feeling things.
Yeah.
No, what,
better
you're right.
that than numb.
You know what? When I'm sad, I just freaking embrace the sadness. Why not? It's gonna hurt sometimes. It will. But I'm in a significantly better place than I was, and I can thank all of my friends. I can thank RuPaul, and I can thank my mom.
Yeah.
And just my family. I think having my friends and family surrounding me so, heavily...
Yeah.
is really, really what helped me, like, pull through, really.
Yeah.
And
I think that's good advice for anyone who is going through anything difficult. Like, your friends and family, you have people there
like
for it.
like Thomas said, I really leaned on my mom. I was calling her, like, 2 or 3 times a day. Like, a lot. And she was, like, more than willing, obviously, to be there for me. But, it did, honestly, have an effect on her. And my relationship ending also had a huge effect on her because she was very involved. And so it was hard for both of us, and me, also putting that on her. She'll never admit that I put that on her, but I did put that on her.
Yeah.
She's so strong and, like, so supportive, and the fact that, she was willing to take it all for me was just, absolutely amazing, and I'm very thankful.
Yeah, so props to your mom.
Yeah, props to my mom. And all my friends for putting up with me, because I feel like I was, like, a really weird mess for a while.
Well, there's a reason why we haven't done a podcast.
You know what? Breakups suck.
Yeah, I mean, if they were fun.
It hurts, and, it really puts you in a nasty place, and this relationship was very important to me.
You had some big plans.
No, but for, just to put things into perspective for the people that don't know, me and this person had a very special bond. We were really, really close friends for a couple years, and we always had this really, really strong connection and feelings for one another. And, we dated on and off for several reasons, but, the last time that we did date, it was pretty much for the entire year of 2017. And this person was a humongous part of my life, and I have no regrets whatsoever. It was a great-ass time.
Yeah.
But, it came to an end, and it felt like the world was crashing down. And it will.
It will, so...
It will, and it will probably happen again.
Yeah.
And I have learned so much.
Good.
It's unbelievable. Like, I feel like I have this new chapter of knowledge that I can, like, bestow to the universe.
Nice, yeah.
But, yeah, I'm still pulling through it. Like I said, there's some harder days.
Yeah.
But,
It's, it only gets better.
It's true. It gets worse before it gets better, but
Oh, yeah.
it gets better.
For sure.
It does get better.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really... as much as I would love to be someone that could just, like, be in some serious relationship for a long period of time. Not that I can't, but, like, that's just not me.
Yeah.
So, I unfortunately, like, it's not like I don't feel bad, but, like, I don't know. I don't really know what it's like to be in a relationship like that where it's so much on the line. So I think that's why when it did happen, I was kind of like, get over it. It's not that big of a deal.
But you weren't, like, an ass, though.
Because I'm not an ass.
Yeah. No, but, like, the thing is, like, you weren't like that. You weren't, like, just get over it.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily, like that. But that's the truth, though. Just get over it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's not
no
what
one
I
likes
needed to
hearing
hear
that.
at the time.
Yeah.
But, yeah, both relationships I were in were long-term. And, like I said, over the past 4 years. My first relationship was 2 years. My second was on and off for a year. And then we were together for another year. So that was, he was my life for 2 years. So now Taylor's single, and
for a ninth of your life.
She doesn't know how to be single. I'm literally like an awkward mom
she's
at
dipping
parties.
her toes.
At parties, I'm that awkward mom that's like, what do I do?
Yeah, like we, as part of like, Taylor getting over things, we've dabbled with like going to gatherings and get-togethers.
You know what, though?
Nothing too serious, though,
No,
like, for real.
Oh, God, no. But honestly, if I hadn't gotten out of that relationship forcefully, I wouldn't have done the things that I've gotten to do over the past couple months anyway.
Yeah.
I went to Montreal with my homies, as I said. I've been to a couple parties. On Valentine's Day, I freaking killed it at a drag show with
you did.
my pals.
Yeah, with Vicky.
Yeah.
Vicky Leaks.
Oh my goodness.
And Peggy Prolapse.
But I've gotten, to experience a couple things that, like, I know that I would not have been experiencing if I was in a relationship. So thank you.
Yeah. Taylor's been, she's also been back on the dating game for a bit. A touch.
Okay, I just want to make it extremely clear. I am by no means looking for another relationship.
Yeah.
Coming away from that relationship, that's not what I want for myself, and I'm not here to replace him. Like, that's not the goal.
I hope not.
At all, queen. So I'm not really looking around for anybody at all.
Too serious.
But Thomas and I have gone to a couple gatherings.
Yes.
And I did meet a person.
Someone.
And I was just more so interested in getting to know them. It wasn't like...
Yeah, because at first they seemed, like, very, like, charming.
Yeah, and, like, they were very nice. And I was like, no, I want to get to know you a little more. Like I said, I'm not looking for anything serious.
Yeah,
Do not want a relationship. Let me tell you that.
Gets kicked off a ship looking to get back on another.
This is important that I'm figuring who the hell Taylor is, because I was either Taylor with so-and-so or Taylor with so-and-so, and Taylor has not been just Taylor in a long-ass time, and she's figuring it out. So, no boy can just walk into my life and be like, I'm ready, and I'm like, no. So when I met this person, I was like, they like me. Like, they're showing an interest in me.
Yeah.
And so I was like, you know what, I'll give it, a shot. Just get to know you. Nothing serious.
Why shoot it down?
Why not? You know, it's an opportunity.
You don't want to be like, oh, I got out of this relationship, I'm never dating again. You don't want to shut any doors.
No, not at all. So I went on a date.
It was a date.
It was a date. He paid.
He asked you, and then he paid.
He gave me his Starbursts.
And then he drove you.
It was a date. I don't care what you say. It was a date. And, like, we hung out before and after.
Yeah.
It was a date. And,
was it a good date?
It was fine.
Okay.
Let me just say that.
Keyword fine.
It was not bad at all.
Yeah.
It was not this amazing romantic experience where I was like, oh my god,
it was
he's
no
the
Bachelor.
one. It was just like, it was fine. Like,
would you give a rose?
No.
So,
like I said, it was fine.
Yeah, it was fine. Nothing to stand out.
Before and after, when we were talking, I didn't feel anything. Like, there was, when you talk to somebody.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh yeah, there's something there.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that. There was a disconnect, and I was like, this is wrong.
I shouldn't be doing this.
It's not us sitting there, and I was like, this is fun, but, like, I don't want to do this right now. I shouldn't be here. I should be, like, not here. And then it was, like, 9:45, and, like, I was trying to, like, figure out, like, how can I leave? How can I leave without being, like, I just want to go?
You should have said you had diarrhea.
And then, fuck. And then, thank Jesus, my phone is just laying on his bed, screen up, and Thomas texts me, and like, he sees it, and Thomas is like, hey, want to come watch Drag Race? And I was like, yes! Please, thank you! Oh my god, Drag Race.
Drag you.
And so I was like, oh yeah, I should probably go, like, this is like a thing, I have to. You can't watch Drag Race. And he was like, okay.
Wait, he was like, okay.
No, he was like that, but, like, it was like, okay.
Oh, so he was like, okay.
Okay, like, bye.
Okay, sure then.
Okay, bye.
Go if you must.
And then I left.
Yeah, you did.
And then I sat in Thomas's kitchen eating cheese and crackers and spoonfuls of peanut butter and granola and yogurt.
A full feast. She feasted. You know why? Because they didn't have any food.
Oh!
They didn't have any food.
No, well, he straight up told me that, like, when we were in the car, he was like, oh, I gotta go get groceries tomorrow. I have, like, nothing. I have peach juice.
But do you want to come over, though? Like, bitch.
I'm like...
If I heard that, I'd be like...
all of Thomas's food instead.
If I heard that, I'd be like, yeah, I'm probably just gonna go to my room, because I got food there.
Bye.
Yeah, thanks, though. Thanks. Yeah, no, but we watched it. It was good. Apparently, that was, like, me ruining your date.
Yeah, so that's not it. So that was the date. It was fine. He told me afterwards, because I thanked him, because that's
a nice thing to do.
Polite, because he drove me, and he bought me a movie ticket, which is not cheap these days.
Yeah.
So I thanked him. I said, thank you. I appreciate it. I had a good time, because I did. And,
Did you use your card when you went to the movie theater?
no.
Okay. Okay, we won't talk about that.
But anyway, so that was fine. And so the next day, he told me it was fine. And then so the next day, I get a message from him saying, oh, we should do it again sometime, but, like, we should just watch a movie in my room. And I was like,
yeah.
I mean, like, I had fun on the date, but, like, it's not something that I wanted to
move forward
with. It was fun. Like, I'd spend time with you at a gathering. We can hang out sometime. But, like, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Not like that. And,
yeah.
I mean, in a way, I think that was a really good...
It was.
It was really good for me to recognize, because I could have easily just submitted and be like...
Yeah.
All over him, which...
That's it. It shows that,
me.
like, you've gotten to a point where, like, you can make these calls for yourself.
Yeah.
And, like, you're not just playing someone else's bidding.
No, and, like, I don't need that right now.
Yeah.
I don't. So, that happened, and then so... This person and Thomas got into a little bit of a spat. Would you like to elaborate?
All I have to say about that is choices. Basically what happened was, like, this person wanted to hear my opinion on what I heard, how I heard the date went, because apparently my opinion is, like, the be all end all, which, I mean, it really isn't, but I guess, like, thanks for the flattery of that. But it just seemed like a lot of, like, looking for reasons of, like, where things went wrong, or it was a lot of self-sabotage.
Well, the thing is that really upset me. I mean, this has not really affected me. Like,
yeah.
I'm really proud of myself.
Upset,
like,
but, like, how upset
it's just,
really?
like, went over my head, really. But the part that, like, got me was that, like, he lied to me and said that, like, he had a good time, and then he went and told you that it was, like, bad.
Yeah, he called me, and he was like, it didn't go well. And then I was like, yeah, I mean, like, I told him you didn't really have that, like, you had a fine time.
Yeah.
Like, you thought it was fine.
No.
And then he was more concerned about, like, I still to this day don't know what his game was, because, like, it was just very much, like, looking for reasons of why things went wrong, and, like, trying to place blame on, like, everything, instead of just, like, the fact that, like, there didn't need to be something there.
Yeah.
Like, and just leaving it at that. But yeah, I didn't really, like, I wasn't having it. I said, like, like, Taylor doesn't need something like this right now, because, like, you've said abundantly from the beginning that you weren't looking for something
yes, I did.
serious.
And I did tell him that several times.
But I don't know if that was getting through to him. Like, I don't know what the significance of you saying that was, because clearly, like, it just seemed like you guys weren't on the same page.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Which, honestly, I'm for that reason alone, I'm glad that it didn't work out.
No.
Because, like, you don't want to be in a relationship with someone who's not on the same page with you.
Yeah, no. And, like, I just, like I said, I didn't feel anything there when I was, there's just nothing.
Which, I mean...
That's fine.
They are seeing someone else now, so...
And they're making that abundantly clear.
Yeah, I think it's good. Like, I'm glad that all of
good for him.
That everything he wanted from you, he's getting.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, he's not longing for anything anymore.
Well, the thing is, like, he was expecting things from me that I wasn't going to give 5 minutes of knowing him.
Yeah.
To be honest.
And, I mean, if there's people like that out there, good for them.
You know what? Like, and if you can find each other, great, but that's just not my game.
Yeah.
Especially right now.
That's not how you roll.
No, that ain't how she roll.
So I'm honestly, I'm not mad. I'm just like...
I'm not mad
It's
at
a silly situation that now we can, like, talk about and just be like, yeah, that's something that happened.
I was never mad.
Yeah.
It was just a thing.
The emotions that were, like, present were very hard to describe, because it was like, why is this a thing? Like, why does this matter?
Like, I was the one involved in the situation, and I felt completely unaffected.
Yeah, indifferent. Like, oh, they screwed me over. Okay.
Bye. Oh, this isn't news. This isn't
nothing
news.
shocking here.
Nothing phases me anymore.
Do you know if his new girl is younger than you?
The person we were just talking about?
Imagine.
No. Still wouldn't trigger me, though. Nothing phases me anymore.
Just be like, yeah, ain't that just the way?
You know what? I just like to say, whatever makes you happy. Just
honestly, and I know that he is happy now.
Just go and be happy.
Because, like, from what we've heard, he's in a good place right now.
The person we just talked about.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's awesome.
That's great.
But yeah, relationships. Who needs them? Do you feel like you need a relationship in the future? Like, now that you are 2 months single, do you see yourself as continuing single for the next while?
Mike, no. No, let me just say, okay. I am enjoying being single, and I think that's really important.
Yeah.
For this time in my life, you know, I don't need that right now.
Mm-hmm.
My goal is to be single for at least a year in order for me to be ready.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, coming away from it, it's not just, you know, for me personally, I can't get over it in 10 days. It's something that, you know...
Some people can.
I need time. And I need time to figure myself out and be Taylor and have fun and not...
Especially at this age.
And not worry about another person.
Because you don't get this time back. You know what I mean? Like, it's different if you were to get, like, this time to learn who you were at, like, 30.
Yeah.
Instead of, like, at 18, turning 19.
And I'm really... Well, like I said,
Use your youth.
I've learned a lot from what has just happened, a lot, and I'm really applying that to my life and my future right now because it's really important.
Mm-hmm.
It's really important. So my goal is a year.
Yeah.
And then I will start considering.
Trust. You will become so addicted to being single. It is so...
I know, but you never know, right? Like, because I'm literally the person that hasn't been single in 4 years.
Yeah.
Like, what? But, you know, you never know. Apparently, according to one of my horoscopes, November 8th is going to be a great day for me for whatever reason. So, gonna see when that comes. But like I said, I want to give it at least a year in order to start looking again.
That's safe.
But you never know. Sometimes somebody just walks right into your life and you're like, hello.
I found the one.
But, dude.
They're the one.
They're the one. Know what? Listen, people, if you think they're the one, they're probably
There's
not.
probably 3 others.
If you're married, they're probably not the one.
Yeah. If you think they're the one, there's probably 6 other people who are also the one.
I think...
That's what I think, honestly.
Coming away from this, listen to this wisdom here. Listen to this wisdom.
Truth time.
Okay. What I'm about to say, just think about it. Honestly, just think about it, and you won't believe how insanely real it is. You cannot rely, you know, in friendships and relationships, you cannot solely rely on a single person to be the source of your happiness.
Yeah.
You cannot, because it is so much pressure in the relationship, and it is such a letdown to them when you cannot fulfill that, and it's such a letdown to you when you realize that you can't be that for them.
Yeah.
Because you just can't. On both ends.
Mm-hmm.
On both ends. It is just not a good place and state for your relationship to be in.
Because then you end up trapping yourself.
Exactly.
And like that, no one likes to be trapped.
And that's when I feel like trust and honesty comes in. Because here's this person in your life that is supposed to be making you, according to you, supposed to be making you the happiest person on the planet. And you keep telling yourself that, but it's not the truth, and you can't admit that to yourself, and you can't admit that to the other person.
Yeah.
And that's where things start to crumble.
And the craziest part about that is that while you can't admit that to yourself, you also at the same time know that it's the truth. Mm-hmm. And it's like a matter of coming to terms with that. Mm-hmm. And it's literally like I find that people are finding reasons to prove themselves wrong.
Yes.
Because to do that is easier than to just like accept the state of where things are and do something about it.
Yes.
And that's like why I think so many people become trapped in relationships, especially as soon as you become like financially dependent on someone, then like that just makes things so much more difficult. So like if you are having any kind of doubts in your relationship, talk about it. Don't try to
communication.
Don't pretend that there's no problem.
And the thing is, like, I feel like for me personally, I mean, when things started dwindling down, it just got to the point where I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to start an argument.
Yeah.
And you can't be afraid. You have to face that head on. You cannot be afraid of that.
If you
have to deal
are
with it.
afraid of starting an argument, then there's an argument that needs to be had.
Exactly.
Like that's...
And from my experience, the longer you prolong that argument, the heftier and angrier and
Yeah.
more intense that argument is.
And if anything, you'll wish that you had done it sooner.
Exactly.
And that's like, you can't make up for time. Time is one of the only things that you cannot make up for. Like,
It's true, and that's why I don't have any regrets. I can't
Yeah,
sit here
no regrets.
and regret my prom. I can't sit here
yeah, those
and
were good
regret my
times.
birthday. I can't sit here and regret, because when I think about those moments, that brought me so much joy at the time, and that makes me so happy.
Yeah.
And I want to remember him that way.
Yeah, not...
You
like
know?
you said, you were saying that he was not the same person at
And
the
neither
end
am
of
I.
it. Yeah.
You know, we're both different. And another point I'd like to make, which, you know, I really, you know, dealt with in the last couple months of my relationship, is that, you know, when you're a broken person, you can't
Yeah.
fix another broken person.
Yeah.
Sabrina, my friend Sabrina, brought up this insane analogy today, and I was like, that is so true.
Yeah.
When you're driving your own car and you see somebody else struggling in the car next to you, you can't just reach over and grab their wheel and start trying to help them drive
Yeah.
while you're driving your own vehicle.
That's true.
And that is very much so my relationship. But it wasn't one-sided. I feel like we were both trying to drive our own cars and each other's
Yeah.
at the same time. We were both dealing with a handful of problems.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we weren't even focusing on our own problems. We were trying to solve each other's.
Yeah.
And that's not healthy.
Yeah, no, not a good...
It's really not, you know, as RuPaul says, if you can't love yourself, how
Oh,
the hell
God.
are you going to love somebody else?
Yeah.
So people, get your shit together before you try to get other people's shit together.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Honestly.
Like, these things are so cliche, but like...
It's true. And I'm sitting here before you telling you that this has happened.
Yes, she's a survivor.
I'm a survivor.
She's not gonna give up.
Honestly, though, like, I just, at the time he broke up with me, I didn't even, like, and you don't think
Yeah.
about all of the things that you've learned. It's just a lot of anger and hurt and pain. But, you know, over time, especially as it's, you know, settled,
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten a lot of time to think, you know, a lot of opportunities to think and, you know, realize all of these things and recognize the situation that is going on right now and just saying, this is how it is.
Yeah.
And, you know, I did what I could. I tried to make closure and peace, and I did it the way I wanted to.
Yeah.
And I did it the way I'm proud of.
You did it your way.
I did it my way, and that wasn't a bad way.
Yeah.
You know, I did the best that I could
And
in
at
the very
least-
end. And he can take what he wants of that and deal with it the way he wants, but I am not a part of that anymore. And
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. You can go and do that. You know, go, you be you. You do.
Yeah, you guys, your lives have diverged, and now
And the thing is, like,
you're living your own life.
when I, created that closure the way
Mm-hmm.
I chose to, you know, that was it for me. I wrote a letter, essentially. I wrote a letter, and
I love letters.
I know, and I thought it was really personal, and I put my heart into it. It wasn't like, you know, fuck you. It wasn't like any of that. It
Yeah.
was so sincere, and, you know, that was my closure. I did not have anything left to say after that, after everything that has happened, a handful of things.
Mm.
That's all I had to say about it. And, you know, he can take what he wants from that. You know, he can,
Hold on to that letter.
He can hold on to that letter in pieces or, you know,
Ashes.
you know,
Yeah, I think that's the best way to do.
and
For closure, I think a letter is.
especially because we live in different towns.
Yeah. And it shows that you took the time and like you care about what you're
and
writing.
I'm a blind person.
Yeah.
So handwriting that stuff was
That's
not
a
easy.
feat. A real feat.
But, you know, and I'm proud of myself and I'm happy with, you know, the way I went about it. And like I said, he can take what he wants from it and he can move on the way he desires. Maybe, you know, down the road we will be able to speak again.
Yeah.
In whatever way that may be. You know,
Mhm.
if it's a high, if it's
A low.
you know, whatever that may be, I really do hope that down the road when we both grow up a little bit,
Yeah.
and get a little more mature about this entire situation, I feel like, you know, we'd be able to have a decent conversation
Mm-hmm.
about it.
And only time will tell.
Exactly. And
So
I'm allowing that to happen.
good. Nice. And yeah, that's been
I like how this has been like a therapy session.
yeah, everyone, you just witnessed Taylor go through. And
I just think it's really important because I think especially for people our age right now.
yeah, if
it's
you're
a huge
feeling
thing.
things, it's important to know that things get
Yeah.
older.
And, you know, breakups really do suck. I'm not here to say, oh, you know, it feels good.
Yeah,
No.
but sometimes a breakup is worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm still going through the ringer, but girl, I'm making it through.
Yeah. So thanks for listening to this. I think we went a little bit over 30 minutes, but
You know,
that's okay.
We can trim.
Yeah. So make sure to tune in the next 2 weeks for our next episode.
Yes.
I
Undisclosed.
think undisclosed topic, but we'll make sure to let you guys know ahead of time.
Yeah.
But
thanks for listening. If you stayed until the end.
Yeah. If you stay until the end, we'll have a special surprise for you.
A special surprise.